Democracy? Democracy. Democracy is not what these people need. Hell, it's not even what they want. America's been trying to install democracies in nations for a century, and it hasn't worked one time. These countries don't have the most basic building blocks to support a democracy. Little things like we ought to be tolerant of those who disagree with us. We ought to be tolerant of those who worship a different God than us. That a journalist ought to be able to disagree with the president. And you think that you can just march into these countries based on some fundamentalist religious principles, drop a few bombs, topple a dictator, and start a democracy? Give me a break. People don't want freedom. They want boundaries, rules, protection from invaders and from themselves. People need a leader who can give them both the support and the constraints to keep chaos at bay. You give them that, and they'll follow. And that's where I come in.
Guys, we're going to combine Halo with some Dead Space, maybe put a little bit of Call of Duty in there, and Kevin Spacey. Maybe people will buy it. Come on, those helmets, everyone who's ever played any Dead Space games like Dead Space 2.
Yeah, well, alright, well, obviously at E3 a lot of things were advertised.
Democracy.
Shut up. Obviously at E3 a lot of different games were advertised, and one of those games was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
3. Wait, no. Duh. This is Sledgehammer.
It was revealed during the Microsoft press conference, which, to be honest, obviously the majority of ATRG here were very pro Sony. I have nothing against Microsoft. I got nothing against the Xbox. I just prefer PlayStation to it. But this year I was impressed with Microsoft's press conference. Obviously, naturally, Call of Duty was featured on Microsoft's press conference. You know, God forbid a game developer enter a partnership like that with Sony.
Activision
At least
just like
shooters.
Hey, Activision is just all about that Microsoft did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, the trailer looks cool. To be honest, the trailer looks kind of cool. But at the same time, it kind of looks like everything else we're seeing that's a shooter. Yeah. It's like, hey, look, there's the trailer for every first-person shooter this year.
Well, I mean, honestly, from last year when Ghost was shown at E3, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the masks were pretty cool. It caught my eye. I was like, I want that because I want to hop on multiplayer. It looked like that. That looks pretty dope. Now this is like you got awesome looking high-tech suits that look like Dead Space. To me, I like Call of Duty. I mean, I agree with everyone that it's completely overrated, but I enjoy playing them. I would not mind running around online multiplayer looking like, Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. I'm down for that. That's just so cool, but I'm still very skeptical about buying this.
Yeah. It's Sledgehammer's the one developing this one, right?
Yeah.
So I'm skeptical about that. Which I've told you before, I'm more into Treyarch's Call of Duty games. I prefer theirs.
I'm more into Infinity Wards.
So neither one of us are more into Sledgehammer.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. Well, they did help do Modern Warfare 3, which was one of my favorites.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they can make this really good and something brand new-ish. Because I mean, it's still a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Maybe the HUD's a bit different. Maybe their ideal for maps is gonna be better than Infinity Ward's. I don't know yet. I mean, I've always loved Treyarch's maps, and I've loved how Infinity Ward's gameplay works. So, I mean, this is something new, and it's something else to judge on. So,
granted, this was this was shown off early in E3, so which is good because I wouldn't have put this later because Call of Duty's it's not as big a hitter as it used to be. It's losing a lot of its a lot of its oomph.
It's fan base too.
Yeah.
I mean,
which
it's like no one really plays the campaign anymore. It's like all about multiplayer. Only reason I keep buying new Call of Duties every year, new guns, new maps.
Yeah.
If they could just keep the same game, if I could still play Modern Warfare 2, and they just keep giving me new guns and new maps, nobody would ever change it. But everybody's got to make money somehow, so new Call of Duties every year.
Unfortunately, they are in the business of making money. So, well, it's like the last good campaign I played was Black Ops 1. That was the last good Call of Duty campaign that I remember playing.
I thought Ghost's campaign was good. It's just the voice acting was very terrible. Like the certain part where you find out one of the Ghosts' identity, right? They're like, "Oh, well, it's you this whole time." Like, dude, I would have been like, "Whoa, dude, this guy who I've known for this amount of time is a ghost. Holy snap!" But no, he's just totally chill about it.
Mind blown.
He was just totally chill about it. Like, you know, I've seen better.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what to think of it. I do think it's creative how they're showing the ammo on the gun.
Well, see, that idea right there is Halo. That is all Halo.
Yeah.
A battle rifle from Halo. But you can see on the left side right there, your grenades and smoke or flash or whatever. That is a really good idea. If we could take that idea and put it into multiplayer, that's the new HUD for multiplayer. Opens up a lot of screen room because that bottom right will be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's creative. It's definitely cool.
Something new.
Yeah, I mean it's this. I will want to try each Call of Duty game as it comes out. Yeah. Unlike Battlefield, because I hate Battlefield. I will want to give each Call of Duty a try. In recent years, I haven't been impressed. I enjoyed Black Ops. I enjoyed Black Ops 2. Modern Warfare 3 was solid. I did not like Ghosts. I
I love Ghosts.
I was not impressed at all with Call of Duty Ghosts. So
But I mean, you also gotta think most people buy Call of Duties for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of kill streaks are we gonna have? Character customization, and how Treyarch is now their thing with the right stick is the dive, and now Infinity Ward is now the slide. What is Sledgehammer gonna bring to us?
Yeah. Wasn't it in Black Ops 2 when they introduced the Pick 10 system?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I loved the Pick 10 system.
See, when I first got it, I guess I misunderstood what Treyarch was saying, because they were like, well, you can use wild cards to get extra stuff and this and that. I didn't think that using the wild cards would take up 2 slots.
Yeah.
Because you got to use that and then the item, which I thought now later it's a really good idea because you have to make sacrifices for what you want to play with.
Yeah.
And Infinity Ward kind of did something like that with Ghosts, but still I feel like it's way too easy. I mean, 32 perks is cool and all, but they're just handing you out basically. Now I want to see what Sledgehammer can come up with. What can they top on that as far as customization on your classes, your guns, attachments, whatever.
Yeah, as we've seen with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, they're definitely going way more sci-fi than Call of Duty has gone before.
Yeah.
Definitely going for that sci-fi setting, which it seems like a lot of Call of Duties have been going there before. A lot of Call of Duties have been heading in that direction, into that sci-fi setting. It's like with each game, the weapons and stuff get a little bit more advanced with each game. But now it's like they're going full on sci-fi, and it's like
even in the trailer they have a plasma cannon off a tank.
Well, and at this point there's so many sci-fi and futuristic shooters. I think it's a bad move on Call of Duty's part because they're entering into a category that is already being dominated by so many other.
It's a freaking laser gun right here. Look at that. That's a freaking laser gun.
So many other shooters are out right now that are based in a sci-fi setting, and they're already dominating that setting. So I think it's a mistake for them to take Call of Duty and put it in that same setting.
I mean, if I'm gonna sit here and think about it, like too much futuristic crap might get because Halo does that. That's Halo's thing. But at the same time, I don't want to go back in time. I don't feel like reloading my musket while I'm trying to 360 no-scope a dude across the map.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at these advanced sci-fi settings, and it's like Halo already does that very well.
Yeah.
Killzone already does that very well.
I don't want to see Call of Duty do that.
And there's so many other games that have done it, maybe not well. Like, for example, the Crysis games didn't do that very well, but they did it. And it's like Call of Duty should just stick to more modern military-style gaming. And again, it looks like another sort of end-of-the-world, World War type situation like it normally always is.
I mean, I guess that's the thing. I mean, the world's got to end. You got to be a military dude, and you got to do something about it. But at the same time, I'm feeling that if we just, take a step back from all this sci-fi and just go to, guns that exist and everything, just more selection for the multiplayer.
That would differentiate it from a lot of the competition, minus Battlefield and a few other games.
I mean,
but
like even Ghost, it's not that futuristic because a lot of the stuff in there is very possible. But the DLC guns that are coming out, more futuristic, like the Ripper.
Yeah.
There's no way we can make a gun that's SMG switch to an AR. It's just, it's just getting more sci-fi, and I'm starting to get tired of it. I want to take a step back and go more modern day. Just give me a wider selection of guns and how I want my soldier to look.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I will be getting Advanced Warfare because I want to try it out, and see if it is any good and give Sledgehammer a shot. But it's not one of those games that I'm going to pre-order. It's not one of those games I'm going to put a bunch of money down on to get it early or to get it, the day it comes out. I'm not going to rush to the store to buy this game when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get it whenever I have the money. But it just looks like just another Call of Duty.
That's what I'm going to take it as.